Alrighty, I think we are recording. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tired Renegade Operative, and I don't know what Warner Brothers was thinking, but we got a Tomb Raider trailer at like 1 a.m., so I'm going to do a reaction on it and see how this movie is. This is solely based on the new Tomb Raider reboot. I don't know how I feel once again about these video game movies in particular. I think they are definitely one of the mediums where the quality is lost in translation the most when it goes from video game to movie. But let's give this a chance, let's give this a shot, and let's see what we get here. Fingers crossed is good.
What's your name?
Bitch running in the woods
Surname?
with a motherfucking log next to her. Okay. They captured the style of the game quite well for the reboot.
Where he left off. I see so much of him in you.
Is she playing fucking Rubik's Cube?
Brilliant.
Hello, Sprout. If you're listening to
Ooh,
this,
some
then I
deep
must
undercover
admit,
stuff right here.
I found something. A tomb called the Mother of Death. If Trinity succeeds,
I love the music here.
our world is in danger.
It doesn't feel as dark as the reboot though, that's what I'm getting here, but
I promise.
here's some nice action. It's coming out next year too.
My dad went.
That's right in the middle of the Devil's Sea.
It will be an adventure.
Death is not an adventure.
Oh, the boat scene from the reboot. Remember the trailer? So they emulated that. Oh shit! In peril and danger rather well.
Come here. But I'm glad that you did.
Oh, okay, Laura, you got some ballsy skills here.
What do you know about my father?
They still have that same subplot where Laura doesn't know where her family is.
Close the tomb
Some
once and
badass
for all.
action
The
scenes
fate
right
of
there.
humanity is now in your hands.
That definitely should have killed her, if not seriously maimed her. Also, it's okay, but
Can't be too careful these days. The world has gone bloody mad.
oh, no kidding. I like that, but it looks like it's okay, but some of the special effects, it seems a bit off, you know. Just so it doesn't repeat again, I'm gonna pause it and stop right here. But yeah, it's not as dark and gritty as I thought it would be with the Tomb Raider reboot, but the special effects, they kind of look a little bit off. Nothing really stood out in particular other than some action scenes. I am intrigued to see how this goes. Hopefully it's not boring or messed up, because I thought that the modern day segments of Assassin's Creed, while vital to the game, I thought that was the most boring thing about the movie. So I'm hoping that they take those elements from the Tomb Raider reboot that made it interesting, like the whole new survival element, and they craft it into something that makes this movie really interesting. It seems like they're kind of trying to do this, but who knows until the movie comes out. I can't say I'm really looking forward to it. It didn't blow my socks off, but it's something that they're trying. So I give them some credit there, but until time tells us that this movie is going to be great or not, then we'll see what happens. But this is my reaction to the new Tomb Raider official trailer #1. It came out late as fuck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my squeaky clean, not so clean, curse written reaction of Laura Croft fucking shit up. Also, about the actor, she just fits there, you know? It's hard to explain it. It's like she is not as interesting as Angelina Jolie, in my opinion, but she's just there. Like, she's a piece of the puzzle, if that makes any sense. So I don't know. Hopefully she does have that same charisma as the character does. Like, to me, this feels like it's just an okay piece for this trailer. It felt like the most safest approach to the Tomb Raider reboot, although I do think there could be some things that are lost in translation, like the gritty tone and overall some of the feel and the heart for the character. I do think this coming out next year, it feels like it could be a rush job at best. We didn't hear much about this film other than the fact that yes, it's in production, yes, they're getting things started, and now they're getting the ball rolling. So it feels like, to me, they are definitely fast forwarding this dateline to next year for this movie, because we only heard about it like once. We saw some set pictures, now we have a trailer. I don't know how I feel about that. I seen video game movies rush before to make deadlines. I seen video game movies that just weren't up to snuff. I seen video game movies that completely bastardize the source material. So it makes you really think, what does Tomb Raider 2018 bring to the table here? And what I see, basically, this just is an okay action movie at best. It looks like it takes some lore, some inspiration, some fundamental plot elements from the previous entries. However, it seems like the CGI really cripples the reality of the situation. I know Tomb Raider was never the most realistic thing, but come on, you have to make your danger and action sequences and the stuff going on in your movie look good. If it looks phoned in, green screened, like you didn't give a fuck, then people are obviously going to point that out as a negative. The story just seems like run-of-the-mill. Lara Croft is going to explore some tombs. There's some ancient idol and she has to go and find it. It doesn't feel like, for film at least, it doesn't feel like anything interesting or rewarding to the Tomb Raider franchise, or anything new that they haven't tried before, which might be disappointing to some people, especially the folks who prefer the older games over the reboot. I have to admit that when it comes to preference, I definitely prefer the old Tomb Raiders over the new one, because after playing both, Lara back then, she just seemed like this arrogant, cocky, show-offy individual who liked to one-up people, and that is not present in the reboot at all. Lara, I mean, the old Lara, she gets the job done, but the new Lara, it seems like she's just this victimized character who perseveres through sheer luck and actions and willpower, and I know that really counts for the survival elements that we do have in that Tomb Raider. However, it pales in comparison to the original. I love the original Lara. She is great, awesome character, but I would say I would pick the original over the reboot any day. That's not to say that the Tomb Raider reboot was a bad game, because I encourage people to play that a lot. I really enjoyed it a lot, but they did take elements that felt very modernized and refined and very akin to Uncharted, and that is something that, I mean, Tomb Raider was its own identity in the past, and a lot of people really aren't blown away by the story of the reboot. It seems like just a coming-of-age tale where Lara has to learn to really get her balance and learn how to survive and all that stuff. And it seems like in the originals, she was already badass from the gate, so it doesn't feel like the same character. And it's not going to appeal to everyone who likes these badass heroine chicks or whatever. I mean, supposedly in Rise of the Tomb Raider, she gets her ass kicked by like everybody. It's just a bit disappointing that she hasn't grown into the Lara Croft that we know from the past. I did like the fact that in the trailer they did give her two guns back, her signature akimbo style pistols. However, to me, that just felt a little bit like fan service, and they're still shoehorning in the fact that this just might be a generic action movie at best. I will keep my eyes on it, but I don't know how I feel, guys. I am just indifferent. I think they're playing it safe. I think they might be rushing this project, which I really don't advise them to do at all, because Warner Brothers, they have that tendency, especially with the DCEU stuff, to put things on film slates that doesn't make any sense, to seem like they're really trying to get this movie out there as fast as possible with fast tracking, and it just doesn't work. It's not working for stuff that happened in the past with their DCEU movies. And I don't think it's a good idea to do it with Tomb Raider either. And come on, you gotta admit that the Angelina Jolie movies, while they weren't perfect, at least they took those thematics and tried to do something new that wasn't carbon copy in some areas, and they tried to stay faithful to the original character, whereas this movie just seems like your run-of-the-mill action film, which is not bad. I love action movies, but I have a bad feeling about the other areas of quality that will merit this movie with a watch. I think it's probably not going to be that great as we think it is, and there's not many video game movies I can think of personally that has top-notch quality to stuff like, you know, the MCU films, or stuff like really groundbreaking movies like The Matrix 1. I just don't think it's going to achieve that sort of fame, if I'm being serious, if I'm being honest, compared to other good movies out there that people really, really enjoy. I think this might be bargain bin watch at best. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. That's what I think the scores are going to be when the movie comes out. It's going to be probably pretty average. But, you know, I'm not a fucking psychic, so if I am proven wrong, I will eat crow, obviously. We'll see when it comes out. I will be watching, definitely. Until then, this is Renegade Operative signing off. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction video to the Tomb Raider trailer and my later discussion. I once again cannot thank you people enough. I recently surpassed like 3,500 subscribers in like a week or so. It's crazy, but I really appreciate all you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.